Hello, Minecrafters. This is BBInME, and you're watching another Let's Play Minecraft video. This is episode 3 of my Let's Play series on my own personal server. If you're watching episode 2, you will be aware that I moved to my new base, and here we are near the lava thing. I have a temporary shelter down there, and down below, as you saw in the video, I've got some bulk storage system going. But here was my next project. So I wanted to be able to trade with villagers, and one of the things that you can trade a lot of, hopefully, especially if you get a perfect villager, and hopefully we'll be able to do that, is paper. And so I wanted to be able to generate a lot of sugarcane to make paper. And as you see, the system, all the pistons just moved, so the system just fired. So this is a fully automated sugarcane system. I have 10 cells. Each cell is 32 pistons long, or 32 hoppers long anyway. That makes 64 pistons on either side. And currently I'm producing, each cell produces about 9 sugarcane every 5 minutes. I have 10 cells. So right now I'm producing roughly 90 sugarcane every 5 minutes, or about 18 per minute. You can see the sugarcane here sitting on the hoppers. The reason is because I've had the system running for pretty much all the time when I'm AFK or when I'm on the server, and anytime when I'm in these chunks actually. And so they are filling up. If we go in here, you'll see that the hoppers are actually full, almost to the end of the system. So I really need to get this hooked up to my bulk storage system. There, I'm about 6 or 7 hoppers from the end. The system's pretty much full. Right now I'm losing sugarcane because they despawn on top of these hoppers. They can't pick them up. But all these hoppers for this entire system are all full, and I have I don't know, about 20 chests, double chests there, that are all full of sugarcane as well. So we need to hook that up to the bulk storage system. But in order to do that, we've got a couple things to do first. So first step is I recorded a video of the making of this system. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut to that, and then after that I'll show you some features of the extended system. One thing I'm going to need is that I'm doing some trading with villagers, and so I need lots of paper. And so I have a kind of temporary reed farm, sugarcane farm at the spawn island, but I think I want to build one here on my base because it doesn't need to be at spawn. It doesn't grow if you're not in the chunk. If there's no player nearby, it won't grow, even if the chunk is loaded. So I'm gonna pick this location here. It's like an L shape in the mountains, and I will build a large reed farm here. And so the first thing I need is I want this to be an automatic reed farm. And so I'm going to build a timer so that it automatically cycles and gathers all of the reeds. So I already have an area planned out here, and I'm just back here is going to be the control system, so I'm just digging out this area back here. Kind of nice to get some coal. I'm getting low on coal and things like that. And so let's check here. I want to start on level 70, so I'm going to dig down 2, and we'll clear this out a little bit for the control system. We'll be right back. Alright, I cleared it out, and I made a little, put a wall for the building. The control room's going to have a wall back here, and so we're all set. So for this sugarcane farm, I want it to all be on an automatic timer. And so the reeds or sugarcane will keep growing, and periodically a timer will go off and it will push some pistons in, which will break the reeds. The reeds all fall into a collection area, and they'll get collected up in some hoppers and chests and things. So there's a lot of different ways to do the timer: day-night timers, cobweb timers, minecart timers. The one I'm going to go with is a 5-minute timer because I realized that, if you have a row of reeds, say 16 long, in about a 5-minute period, about half of those will grow one level. And maybe one out of a few times it'll grow to third level. So if I have well, I don't have the pieces here, but if you have a row of sugarcane and a row of pistons one block up, and you'll see how I'm going to do that in a bit. If the timer goes off and breaks the reeds, then on a 5-minute interval, that's a good setting. So in order to build a 5-minute interval, I'm going to use a dropper and a pressure plate. And so the dropper is going to pop out an item. The item's going to land on the pressure plate, and in 5 minutes that item's going to despawn as long as someone's in this chunk, when someone must have been for the dropper to fire. And when that item despawns, that'll be the trigger for the pistons, and it'll also trigger another item to drop on the pressure plate. And so that's how we're going to do it. I want to be able to walk back here and check out the system. And so I'm thinking that if I put my pressure plate right there, that will work good. And I'm going to want a repeater there to get the signal from the pressure plate. And then I want to be able to see that there's an item there. So I think if I put glass here and here, that will be good. And I can go in here, and through this angle I can go pick up the item. So if I have an item sitting there, I could pick it up just to work with machines. So that's convenient. And then we're going to put our dropper up here like so. And then I will go ahead and fill this in with a block. I think we are going to want a hopper here, so I'm going to leave that blank for now. And let's say we need to make sure the item falls down, so we'll need blocks here. And again, I'll just put glass so I can see what's going on in there. And glass here. Alright, then on this side we can fill in the blocks. For now, I might need to change that, something like that. Like so. Alright. And blocks on the top. There we go. Okay. So for now, let's just create a button. Let's test this out. So if I put a block here and a button, yeah, I heard it fire, but we need a way to put items in it. So let's just put those in there. Alright. So boom, triggers an item fall. You can see there's an item on the pressure plate and the repeater's lit up. Alright, so now when that despawns, like so, the signal ends. So perfect. Okay, so the next step is that I need to get that signal up to the top here so that it can work my farm. So I'm going to put a block here, and I'm going to put a redstone torch on that. Alright, so the redstone torch is always lit, and only when, well, actually, since there's almost always an item on the pressure plate,
the redstone torch is actually always off. And only when the item disappears does the redstone torch turn on. And that is going to try and just clear out this here so I can get up there. We are going to have a, let's do a block here for now. I might change this, but something like this. And take that button out for now. And we just go like that. And that will trigger another item to fall. And we need a little bit of a delay. So we need a repeater up here. Let's say with let's try a 2-tick delay. There's an item. Perfect. Pick up the item. Boom. All right. So that's basically our timer. Every 5 minutes, plus a couple ticks delay, the item's going to despawn, and the dropper's going to drop another item. And eventually I'll put a hopper here with the chest so that there's plenty of items to be dispensed so we never run out. And I can also take my signal off of here and run it to the pistons. So there's my timer. All right, so next step, I'm going to excavate a little bit here, and we're going to lay down the first couple rows of reeds. Let me gather items and I'll see you soon. Okay, I excavated a large part of the hillside here in front of my control timer. I decided that originally I was going to do 16 block pads for the sugarcane, but I've decided to expand that to 32 because I want to get as much sugarcane as possible for the area that I'm putting it in. So I think this will be more efficient in terms of space. I've got rotten flesh in here, and as you can see, the timer still works fine. So it's perfect, and we're ready to start laying down our pads. So let's start with the sand. So this is the outside wall right here. It's going to be the outside wall, so I want to leave that. And I need space for a piston, so this would be where I'm going to have my sugarcane sit on. And I believe right up to there, that should be 32. Yes, I have 32 blocks left. And I'm going to I'll move this chest here and I'll lay down another row, and then I'll show you where the pistons go. Okay, I have the second pad down, and going to grab some cobblestone for the moment, and I'm just going to fill in this wall with the outside wall of cobblestone for the moment, because I'm not quite sure what I'll be doing on the outside wall yet. I haven't decided. So for now, temporary, we'll have some cobble. All right, so in order for the sugarcane to grow, of course, we need water next to it. So this channel here on the outside is where I want to put my water. Normally people do it on the inside. I want to do it on the outside because I'm going to use that inner channel for hoppers or ice or something to collect the sugarcane. So I'm just moving back and forth here with my water bucket to fill it in. You could use water streams, it's okay. I just like just having source blocks that I don't have to listen to the gurgling of water if I don't want to. Just think it's a little tidier. All right, and now we put our sugarcane. Okay, there's our first row of sugarcane or reeds. Now I want this one here. I'm going to use clay, stained clay, and I'm going to use dark green. So I need the green on the inside as well, which is an expensive way to do this, but I wanted it to look nice, so we'll try this out. We might have to use this, get this back later if we start running out of clay blocks. We'll see. Or I'm going to have to go find an awful lot of clay. There we go. So I just covered up the source blocks, and then this is where my pistons are going to go. So 32 pistons there. All right, we've got one side of this on its way, and I need to power these. So on this side, it's a little more straightforward. I'll just use the clay blocks again for now. I'm definitely going to have to go get more clay. I know I've got nowhere near enough stained clay, so after I get this going, I'll have to go collect some more. All right, and about halfway down here, let's do 16. Okay, and then we're gonna have to have a repeater here. All right, now let's get some more redstone. So in order the redstone circuit can reach 16 blocks away if we use a block. So if there's a repeater there and it powers this block, then that redstone signal should reach all the way down to the furthest piston. So we'll test that out in a second. There we go. And I'll grab one of my repeaters. We can test this. We'll build a quick switch and test it. See if I can find some wood here. Oh, there we go. Alright, just need a stick. Create some levers. Okay, I'm just going to get up here. Alright, so we're going to have our repeater here. The power's going to come from the control room over there, but for now, let's just test with the repeater. And we'll put our lever here. And just make sure all of our pistons are opening, right? All 16 on that side, and then 15, and the one in the middle did open. I think this particular one right here is bud powered, by the way, but they all worked, so that's what we need to see, as long as they all open. And we'll just give it a quick test here to make sure they open at the same time. Perfect. All right. All right, remove this temporary scaffolding. So the next step is I'm going to put a water stream in here. I'll put a block behind that water stream in here, lay in the sugarcane and another row of pistons, and then we'll be back. Okay, we're back. So I went AFK for a while, made dinner and that kind of thing, and you can see how much sugarcane I collected here, quite a bit. 8 stacks of sugarcane, just having the machine running for a couple hours. So this is what it looks like now. I've put in the second side. I don't have enough hoppers yet. I will get some more, but right now I just have 2 hoppers in here, and I have water streams that are pushing to the hoppers. And let me just get up here, grab some cobble. So if you come up top, you can see how the system works. So the signal comes from the timer and follows this redstone path to this repeater, which goes down this path here, and it splits to either side with a repeater. And then that powers the block. It's important that you power the block so I can reach the full length. If you don't power the block, you won't reach down one side, right? And so power the block, and then the redstone fires. You see it just triggered, actually. All the pistons come in. It breaks, and everything heads towards the hopper. So it's working good. All right. Next step is to put some lighting in here. So I'm going to use pumpkins because, well, basically that's what I have for light. So I'm going to make some torches here and make some jack-o'-lanterns. I shouldn't say pumpkins, really they're jack-o'-lanterns. I'm going to make some pumpkin lights, and I'm going to alternate them in here. So I will do that, and we'll be right back. Okay, cleaned up the roof, put in the jack-o'-lantern lighting, and I'm going to put some glass here in the front, and I can finally get rid of those cobblestone blocks there. And there we go. There is one cell of my sugarcane farm. So I noticed originally I had these be hardened clay or tinted clay blocks, but I don't need them to be because you won't be able to see those on the finished build. So right now they're visible, but they won't be eventually. So soon I'll have to go in there, get the water, get a lot of hoppers in there. That will be coming up, but I want to clear out space for the next cell and get that going. So I'm going to just go ahead and build that out, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. See you in a bit.
All right, cool. So that was one cell, and then I went ahead and built out, excavated the area, built a couple more cells, and I just kept going. And then I added a second level, so I got crazy with it. The one thing I did is I replaced the hardened clay ceiling with some sandstone because, you know, there's only so much hardened clay around. There's only so much clay, and I was getting low on hardened clay. So I thought that actually the sandstone blocks kind of give it a nice light look with the pumpkin, so I kind of like that. In addition, these systems here, you'll see that piston here, let me go inside. That piston there actually sits on right next to the piston above, so they're interleaved to try and save space. So the idea was, hey, let's see if I can save some redstone and space. And so this is the pistons from the second cell, and below this block are the pistons for the first cell. So they're actually stacked on top of each other so that one redstone signal can control both. The other thing I needed to do was, I kind of messed that up when I was creating the video. I actually needed two repeaters here to make sure that the redstone signal reaches the full 32 blocks. If you make one that's 31 blocks, you won't need the second repeater, but I did it 32 pistons long, and so I needed two repeaters there to make sure the system worked. The second level is powered by this redstone signal that goes up, vertical redstone signal. And if I just go up here, let's see if I can get up there, sure. And these upper cells all go into these hoppers, and then as you saw, they go down into the hopper system down there. But very similar to the ones below. They're just above here. Let me go up here and show you how things look from above. All right, so this is the top of the system. I didn't bother to put a roof here or anything because A, I might want to build up another set of cells at some point, and B, you can't see it from the front, so I thought, okay, I'll just go ahead and leave this for now. Okay, there you see the system just fired again, so all the pistons push the sugarcane, and the sugarcane is all moving into the... Okay, so there we go. I checked the length of this video and it's getting to be around 20 minutes or so, maybe a little longer. So I'm going to call that an episode. And I'd just like to thank everyone for subscribing and commenting on my videos and adding a like. It really helps to know people enjoy the videos, and it gives me the energy to keep building and creating and hopefully entertaining. So if you enjoy the video, please add a like and a comment and maybe subscribe. It really helps. It really does. Um, so there we go. There's episode 3. And as you can see, there is over here in the corner, I've built a chicken farm. So in the next episode, we are going to hook up, this chicken farm is actually filling up as well as my sugarcane system. So we're going to hook up this chicken farm to the bulk storage system, and then we're going to use what we learned from there to hopefully hook up the reed system to the sugarcane farm, or the reed farm to the bulk storage system as well. So I did a little quick calculation, and right now in this system, I think I have about 150,000 sugarcane in double chest and hopper. So, it's going to take a little bit of work to add it to our bulk storage system, but hopefully you'll join me for episode 4, and we'll and beyond, and we'll get that hooked up. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for another video. Goodbye.